Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new loot video for you all today. So today I bring you guys a special one. This is going to be loot from 100 of the Phantom Muspah. Now, the Phantom is a solo boss that was released into RuneScape yesterday, and you do have to complete the quest Secrets of the North. Now, as soon as this boss did come out, I wanted to do 50 kills, so I really had no guide once I was going in here, which is why the first couple of kills I was doing with range only. I definitely made a lot of mistakes yesterday, and today when I finished up this video with the next 50 kills and the right setup and everything, I felt like by the very end of it I had pretty much mastered it as it goes for like not taking much damage. My gear setup could certainly be better as it pertains to magic, but I just went with something a little basic for this video, a little bit more relatable, but obviously the Zerite crossbow, it does stand out to be one of the best weapons here, and at a price tag of almost 400 mil, I'm happy to say that I have made 40 mil on it since this update. So before we get into the loot, let me go ahead and show you guys how I do a kill. So I walked in and it was range phase, so I'm just going to be sitting here ranging it, praying range until I see the magic hit coming my way. Then I'll quickly switch to magic and then back to range. And since I am using a Zerite crossbow, I always try to spec as soon as I possibly can just to increase all the DPS. And once it switches to its melee phase, I simply freeze it by using my ancient staff and my magic setup, and then I switch to my trident and do as much DPS as I can while making sure I have a lot of room in between me and the boss so he never hits me. Then once it switches back to range phase, I simply put on my ranging gear and I keep on attacking it. Alright, next we have the circles coming out, whatever you want to call them, and what I do basically is I either stay on him the whole time and auto retaliate gets me through it, or I just click him manually and try to avoid the circles. Now there is probably so many different ways to do that method. I would not suggest mine, but that's just how I was doing it. Alright, so now we're just maging the melee phase once again, keeping all the distance, and once these things start coming your way, you'll get a good idea of it, those little roots on the ground or whatever they are. See, this is why I don't do guides, but just make sure they don't get too close to you, and when it switches back to the mage phase, put on your range gear, continue attacking him, and yeah, just don't let anything get too close, and make sure you pray accordingly. I seem to be praying range a lot of the time, but you really got to be on the lookout for the magic attack, because that thing is not, it's not nice. It can hit very, very high. So I'm going to continue to use magic here, and obviously I'm paying close attention to his HP, because once he gets close to 100, you'll see that he kind of turns into a cloud of smoke, and that's when you have to hide away from him. So that is about to happen here, and I'm going to go ahead and click there. That way that attack does not bother me at all, and then I'm going to switch to my sapphire bolts for this phase and flick smite alongside the protect magic or range. This is his prayer shield phase, where smiting does help, and using sapphire bolts enchanted, using the spec from them specifically, that will pretty much get you out of that phase in 2 hits, and then you just finish the fight as normal. And while you're finishing the fight, you just have to switch your prayers accordingly, and of course avoid those roots on the ground or whatever that is going to be spawning beneath you or next to you. So yeah, that's just how I do a simple kill. If you do bring 2 super restores, more than likely if you're 99 prayer and you're doing quick kills or semi-quick kills, you can get 2 kills a trip, and I'm sure there's people out there that with better supplies and better gear, they can probably get, I don't know, anywhere from 3 to 5 kills a trip. Just really depends on your RNG. The Phantom Muspah is much stronger than the one that you face in the quest, and all forms of him do have a 33% freeze resistance. And you can imagine me using Arums and an ancient staff. Actually, I did turn that ancient staff into an ancient scepter as soon as I did receive the upgrade drop, but yeah, as you can imagine, I was splashing quite a few times during this grind. And here we have my first drop, this being charged ice, which is actually guaranteed to anyone. It is a one-time reward in order for defeating the boss in under 3 minutes. And at this point, I got 2 minutes and 56 seconds, which was my personal best, but we're only 9 kills in. But yeah, that was at this point that I did switch to magic. The kill that you guys saw me do as like a little tutorial, that was my 101st kill. I figured I would show you guys how I do it, you know, at this current point in time, since when a new boss gets released into the game, not everyone's going to be perfecting it right away. And I definitely don't consider myself a perfectionist here. There's got to be better ways to do this. I've actually heard that there's a safe spot when the circles do come out, so I got to look into that once I do return to this boss. But yeah, you know, this is day 2 of it. Just kind of wanted to get this video out there, show you guys a rough draft, what 100 kills can look like as it goes for the loot. The uniques are pretty interesting. You have the charged ice, which I think this is used in order to change the metamorphosis of a pet that you can get here, so that's pretty cool. Then you have the frozen cachet, I think it's how you pronounce pronounce that, and you can open up this little treasure chest and find any of the normal drops in here. I think it's just one of them, so that's pretty interesting. And then you have the ancient icon. This is pretty cool. You do have to bring this to a guy in the desert, and he'll make your ancient staff into an ancient scepter if you have the icon with you, so that was pretty nice. And then finally we have Murphin, which is the pet dropped by the Phantom Muspah, much smaller version of him. I've seen one so far at the Grand Exchange, and I don't know the drop rate of it yet. I don't think it's been publicized, but yeah, I would say that would be the goal for the video, to obtain all the uniques as well as the pet, and hopefully make as much money as possible. Since this is day 2, usually things are more money an hour once they first come out compared to weeks and months later, so we'll just have to wait and see at the price check. I'm sure we're gonna have 2 different price checks, one with the RuneScape prices and then one with the actual Grand Exchange prices once we sell everything. I would say that I do enjoy this boss. I feel like every kill is just as challenging as the last one. You know, the first one compared to the 100th one, it's still the same thing. Very challenging boss compared to most things that have come out. I feel like it took me no time at all to master Hydra as well as Zulrah and Vorkath, but this boss is just a little bit different. A lot more going on here, a little bit of different mechanics, things that I haven't seen before. So I gotta applaud whoever made this boss, you know, whichever J-mod out there developed it, whoever came out with the idea. Definitely a 10 out of 10 for me, although I just wish kills were a little bit quicker, but you know, we're always gonna wish things on certain monsters. It really does test your patience, that I will say. And if you guys enjoy this video, let me know by either leaving a comment or just leaving a thumbs up, and I will definitely do loot from 1000. I think it'd be a perfect fit for that series, and I would make so much GP, which I desperately need, so that would be incredible. As I speak right now, I'm working on finishing 1000 next kills, which you guys will see very shortly. Really excited to show you guys that one. And yeah, if you want to see 1000 of this, just let me know, and I will definitely make it happen either this month or next month, because it does take a while, but I think if I camp it long enough, I can probably get the hang of things and get it done in no time. I really do love the drops here. Definitely great money an hour as it goes for Iron Men. Great resources, especially for farming and herb lore as it goes for main accounts. Just great GP an hour. You also can get unnoted potions and unnoted food drops, so that can help extend your trips here. You don't have to just rely on your inventory and not making a single mistake. You can make mistakes, take a little bit of damage here and there, use a little bit of prayer, because odds are you will get some supply drops, and that'll definitely help extend your trips and make you get a little bit more kills an hour than you already are. I found the fight to be interesting, the graphics to be interesting, you know, using sapphire bolts. That was a first for me. It kind of reminded me of the pearl bolts enchanted back many years ago in old school RuneScape. There was a glitch, or maybe it was a bug, that anytime you attacked someone using pearl bolts enchanted, the special attack would hit every single time. It only lasted a few hours. I don't know if anyone remembers that, but yeah, I was kind of gave me some nostalgia from that. But yeah, it was nice to use the sapphire bolts, kind of a change of pace, a lot of different things going on in this fight that I just wasn't used to. It took me a long time to get used to this boss, and the amount of times I died is just ridiculous. I think in 101 kills now, I think I died probably about 16 times, which cost me 350k every single death, and the walk of shame, or run of shame, I should say. And there's kill 97. I got some nice Celestra seeds there, as well as a new personal best at 98, 2 minutes and 33 seconds. I really do wonder who has the best personal best here so far. I think I looked it up earlier, and the person who's actually killed the most of this boss was about 500 KC, maybe a little bit less. So that is definitely impressive. I am curious to see who hunts down and maintains rank 1 KC here. We've seen it before in other bosses, you know, some astounding kill counts, but for this one, ooh, that is going to take some commitment and some patience. So good luck to whoever decides to go for that. Me, personally, I'm just going to do 100 kills for now, see what you guys think about it, and if we all agree, we'll do 1000, and I'm looking forward to that goal as well. Hopefully get the pet during that one, because I was unfortunately not lucky enough to get it during this one. So that leads us to the price check. Ladies and gentlemen, the loot from 100 kills has been completed, and the very first price check of the two does come out to be about 10.3 mil, and then we have the second price check, all of the other items coming out to be about 6.6 mil, and if we add those two numbers together, 16.9 mil and 100 kills. But we are going to be selling that S, and once we sell it on the Grand Exchange, we'll know the exact price that we made, because those are going for a lot more than what is shown in the price checker. All right, let's go ahead and open up the one hard clue and the one elite that I did gather while doing this. To to my surprise, I got a Robin Hood hat from the Hard Clue Scroll, so that was incredible. Following that, about 80k from the Elite. I do have a lot of Elites and other things stored in the bank right now from Next, so don't mind that. I really just was committed to this boss, not so much the Elites, but you can probably get a decent amount of those if you kill this boss for sure. Probably a good drop rate on those. So my Essence did sell for about 151 GP each, and I could have probably gotten more for them seeing as how quickly they were all bought, so I kind of feel bad about that. Probably could have made a little bit more millions here, but either way, it's about 11.6 mil in the Essence, and then 9.5 mil plus another 3.3 mil from the normal loot. So you're looking at about 24.4 mil made from 100 kills. And looking at the Rune Light tracker, as you can see, it does price things a little bit differently, but this shows 37.6 mil. So I would say this boss is definitely profitable, definitely challenging, and I like it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching today. If you want to see 1,000, just let me know in the comments below, or simply thumbs up this video. And that is all for now. Thank you guys for everything. See you with another one soon, and until next time, Mr. No Sleep out.